Hey, this is our H2Hubb demonstration video for the NewTeck Halcyon Plus unit. It is a pure H2 gas generator. Uses a PEM proton exchange membrane to produce pure hydrogen gas. This system runs at 570 milliliters per minute. We want to do a demonstration video to show you the functionality of the system, how it works, and just allow you to be able to be exposed to the device that we actually recommend. This is one of our recommended products, and the reason we recommend it is because it passed our minimum standards, and it's been tested extensively by me personally to make sure it's safe, make sure that it's producing therapeutic levels of molecular hydrogen, and more than that, we want to make sure that the product is the quality that we would want to recommend. You can go to our website if you want to see our basic performance standards. This is not an exhaustive list, but it does give you our basic standards and criteria in which we look at to judge these products for our recommendations. The first thing I want to go over is the display of the unit and what it's actually showing you. Up here is the actual flow rate, and it's depicted in milliliters per minute. This system produces 570 milliliters per minute. The second display down here is the time. So it's the time for your sessions. This system goes from 30 minutes all the way up to 2-hour sessions for producing the hydrogen production. Down here is your sensor for being able to set the time. And this is your on and off switch, your sensor for your on and off switch that comes with the remote. This is the humidifier of the device. It sits within the cabinet or the housing of the system. This humidifier just puts moisture back into the hydrogen gas that's being produced before it's administered to the body. Also, it comes with a connection point for your cannula. Or even if you wanted to use this and use it, make a bubbler out of it to bubble it into water. It also has a magnet to sit in here, and you can take this out, and this that is within this bubble, the water is distilled water or deionized water. That's the only type of water you want to use with this humidifier. But it actually has the top piece screws off. Has a magnet on the bottom, and it will just go back into its housing and click with the magnet so it doesn't move around. Next is the remote. This remote actually controls the whole system and all of its functionality. It has 3 buttons. One button is the main power button. This turns the unit off and on. This button is the time button for your sessions, this button is your stop relay. This will stop the hydrogen gas production. So like I said, this remote controls the whole unit, and it allows you to actually have some conveniency being away from the device, be able to turn it off and on. On the back side of the device, you have your master on-off switch, and you have your power cord. Also, this is the display for the reservoir for your unit, and this unit only requires distilled water. Anything other than distilled water will void the warranty for this particular device. Also, this is a very important component of the system. This is the fan. It allows the unit to stay cool as it produces hydrogen gas. It requires a lot of power to produce hydrogen gas, and so it can generate some heat. And so this allows the whole housing and the whole system to remain cool. This right here is your water outlet, and your water outlet comes with a tubing that allows you to connect directly here and allows to empty out the reservoir. Connecting this tubing is very easy, and it has a little clip here that you will be able to push down and take the tubing out. But as soon as you push the tubing in, water will begin to leave from the reservoir, and it'll drain the system. So these are the important components or aspects of the back of the system. Also, this right here is your lid for your reservoir. You will just unscrew this lid, put your water, your distilled water within the system, and then put this back on for when you're about to use the device. So now I'm going to take you through the basic setup for the device. the first thing you want to do is make sure your reservoir is full. So what you want to do is unscrew the lid for your reservoir of the device. You want to pour in distilled water, and you want to make sure you fill it up to about the word water. On the newer models of these devices, it actually has more markings on here to allow you to better navigate where you want to fill up the reservoir. But a good rule of thumb is try to fill it up to the word water. And so we'll go ahead and do that. All right. And then put your lid back on, screw it all the way down. It does have a hole on the top of this reservoir lid, and this allows for the oxygen that's being produced to escape the unit and out into the atmosphere. Next thing you want to do is actually plug in your power cable to the back of the device, and like this, and make sure that's in there snug, and then turn on the main power switch, which will allow the unit to turn on, and also turn on your fan. It'll actually activate your fan. Your fan will stay running as long as the unit is on. Anytime you turn the unit off, or you're not breathing hydrogen, it's best to turn off the master switch, just to make sure that the system's off and your fan's not running. Next, I'll show you the remote. It actually comes with 3 buttons. This big button at the bottom is the power button, and it will actually turn the system on. And then the next button over here is the actual time adjuster. This can adjust the actual time of session. And so the system actually goes from 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 120 minutes, or 2 hours. And then this is actually the stop button. It'll actually stop the flow rate, stop the production of hydrogen, but actually keep the whole system on. So these buttons will control all the functionality of the system. Once you have it running, the way you want to connect your cannula is actually by taking your humidifier out and pressing the end of the cannula onto the tip. It doesn't have to be pressed on too hard, and then slide it back into its housing, and the magnet will stick. Then from that point, all you have to do next is actually put on your cannula. And then there you go. You're breathing hydrogen. So that is the basic setup for the system. It's a very simple unit. It's not very much maintenance with the device. Just need to make sure you change your reservoir water weekly. Make sure you use distilled water only. When you change your reservoir water, it's best to change your humidifier. Distilled water in here as well. And I will say that again, only distilled water within the system. If you use any other water, it'll void the warranty. It can actually damage the actual water cell within the system that's producing the hydrogen gas. Some other useful information: anytime you're done breathing, it's important to not just turn the system off with your remote, but it's best to turn the master switch off, so you're not using your fan, and the system will just be off. There's really no need to have it on if you're not breathing hydrogen or using it for any other functionality. One of my favorite things about the device is, one, I love the high milliliter per minute H2 output. Like I said, it's just going to allow for the system to efficiently administer more hydrogen gas and compensate for the losses that you're going to receive when you're using a cannula. And then also the ability to go up to 2 hours for an inhalation session. And so you can have a wide range of actual session times So if you want to do 30 minutes and 30 minutes, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, you could. If you want to do an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, you could, and you can go up to 4 hours. It's probably the highest I would ever recommend. I don't think anything other than, I think I've seen 3 hours per day within the scientific literature for humans using hydrogen inhalation. And so, yeah, but you can have a wide range of session times with this system. So that's one of my favorite aspects about this device in particular. So that is the demonstration video for the Halcyon Plus by NewTeck H2 by H2Hubb, and this is a recommended product of ours. Like I said, it's been through extensive testing for us to even get it to this point, and this is something we do with all of our products. So also you can check out our YouTube channel, H2 Minutes, and we actually just released a new video over there on the four top things you need to know about hydrogen inhalation, and I think it'd be very useful. Obviously, if you're considering getting an inhalation device, and in particular this system. Also, you can visit our website, www.h2hubb.com, and you can actually get more details about the Halcyon Plus device, and if there's discounts with the system there, I think it's a 5% discount if you purchase this device through H2Hubb. So that's like $200 off, so that's great. In the next video for this particular device, we're going to do a test video measuring the actual gas production or the milliliters per minute of the system. And so that's what's going to be next. So catch us here in the next one at H2Hubb.